but both sides of the story from the hard-drive unit communication to cross-country Asia at the UWI Loma campus. We brought to you by Sunshine Snacks, Guardian General Insurance Jamaica Limited, Unbox, Master Distribution Limited, National Agro, HMO Rapid True Value, Info Jamaica Limited, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, Partners Art and Health, the Guardian School of Medical Sciences Jamaica, Five Hub, powered by J-Works Interactive Media, regional sponsors Old MacDonald Farms and the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Let's go, studio. We have to plug our sponsors, our partners. We could never ever do it without them, and we are grateful for their continuing support. Case in point, Guardian General Insurance Jamaica, and they continue to put out and to bring forth products and services, more like services, but you get the gist of what we're saying. The kind that gives you a sense of peace of mind. And so, by all means, share with us some of these, if not all, these products and services offered by Guardian General Insurance Jamaica.
Right. So as I was saying before, that it's not just motor vehicle insurance that we provide. We provide commercial insurance, and we also provide homeowners insurance as well. So there's a wide range that customers can receive at Guardian General, and as our tagline said, live safe, live easy. So that's what we want our customers to remember. Whatever form of insurance that you desire, Guardian General have you covered.
So have you covered all of them already?
Yes, I think I have covered in terms of the motor, let's say the commercial and the homeowners. But as you know, in the cross country here, we're promoting our two motor products, which is the Queen Guard and our easy third party product.
All right, I'm not troubling you about the Queen Guard because I'm still looking for the King Guard.
It's coming. It's coming. You know, we don't discriminate at Guardian, so it's in the works. But we do have a standard motor product, So even though we have the Queen Guard, we do facilitate our meals as well. So we don't discriminate at Guardian.
Excellent. That's very encouraging. Yes. Wonderful. But clearly, it does make sense and it does make a difference to be able to provide products, services that create a level of interest in the ultimate outcome. What will, if you have this particular type of insurance and the benefits of this and that, etc. That does make sense. Because if you're also helping to give people a better understanding of how this business works.
Definitely.
And the implications for them.
Yes, definitely. So, and as you know, the Queen Guard product, statistics, you can't argue with the statistics that the female drivers, are the better drivers,
No, that is true. And it's been so for years, 87% of all the fatalities on the road. Male.
Very unfortunate. So, that's why we want to cater to our people, which is very unique product.
Yeah, and it's good for your brand as well to encourage the motorists, the members, especially the male drivers.
Definitely.
Because that also helps to, give them some encouragement. To be more safe. Yeah. That's the idea. Sounds like you're finished with
this. Okay, so I'll continue. So that's our female product. And I just want to add that one more thing as it relates to our Queen Guard is that with every product that we sell, $1,000 of the premium goes towards the research for cervical cancer. So we were so grateful since the birth of the Queen Guard product that we can able to donate to the Cancer Research Society.
That is so considerate. Yeah. And
we're saving lives as well.
Yeah. That kind of decision is priceless. Well done.
I think since the birth of it, I think we've donated about 1.2 million since the birth of Queen Guard to the Cancer Research Society. So we're so grateful for this product. And as I said, as it relates to corporate social responsibility from Guardian General, we're really honored that we can do this through this product.
Absolutely, and we're honored that you have chosen the Argentina Communications Group to be on board.
So it's been a great journey thus far, very impactful. Just creating that we are awareness about Guardian General, how unique we are in the industry. And it's been a great journey thus far. 9 years and counting. It's been great.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
You. Thank you.
And
so
in the
much.
meantime, if you want to leave those handles and website and links and
Definitely, sir. So as you know, we have two physical locations. So in Kingston, it's 19 Dominica Drive, which is directly across from the New Kingston Business Center. And Montego Bay, it's Fairview Shopping Center. And clients can contact us 926-3720 or 935-6691.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Thanks, Shari.
Yes, sir. No problem.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you too. As we continue here in your program, both sides of the story, Horror 106 FM. And we're still taking your calls. Rest assured, we're still taking your calls, 876-922-41125. 876-922-41125. The text line 6. All right. So we're going to be speaking with Ajani Asru, one of the coordinators of the Jamaican Math Olympiad. And we also have Professor Michael Taylor, Dean of the Faculty of Science and Technology on the Mona campus here of the UI. So we're so we're going to talk with Ajani first. All right, so co-coordinator of the Jamaican Math Olympiad. I had the privilege of being asked to MC the Olympiad in St. Thomas. That's the Renaissance Jamaica, St. Thomas Jamaica Renaissance Foundation. And the schools involved, Seaforth, Morant Bay, so on. I was just blown away by youngsters and the speed with which they can do mathematics. Remarkable. I came away feeling very ordinary, actually. No, but seriously, it's a pleasure meeting you, Professor Michael Taylor. I beg your pardon, I'm mixing them up. Ajani Asru, co-coordinator of the Jamaican Math Olympiad, and Professor Michael Taylor, Dean of the Faculty of Science and Technology. So let's go with who did we start off with? Faculty of Science and Technology here on the Mona campus of UWI. So, Ajari Asaru, did you ever imagine on a day such as this, in a year such as this, that you would have anything to do with mathematics?
The date and time, not specifically, but I've always been a mathematician at heart, I can remember. So it is not surprising that this.
So it's in your blood, is that it?
It's
by nature?
It's by nature, yes, indeed.
Who piqued your interest? Who got you thinking that you could handle mathematics?
I would have to say it would have been my teachers in primary school, or in those days we were in all school, right? We were in those days, right? So yes, I would have probably, done some good work, and then they would have just encouraged me from then on. I feel like I was on top of the world and I could do anything, and that spark would have just kept going until it's not right.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a bit about the Jamaican Math Olympiad.
Right. By the Faculty of Science and Technology, and specifically part of mathematics, because we want to reach our Jamaican citizens out there who may have a fear of mathematics or block in terms of mathematics, and we want professional mathematicians such as ourselves to interact with the teachers of mathematics in high school and primary schools, as well as the broader public. And we feel this competition is this position to kind of bridge that gap between ordinary citizens and professional mathematicians such as ourselves. Because a lot of times, that's how they live not here, right? They see us as just, some quote unquote figures and not really living in the real world, and they do not just understand application of mathematics in the world in which they live and how important it is.
What's the data telling us, though, in terms of the development of the cognitive skills and related competencies? What's the data here?
So we have a serious problem, I would think, in terms of where we would want to be as a nation, in terms of our students and their cognitive development, their critical thinking skills, their application of concepts that they have been exposed to. There's a big lack there, and I think we're all familiar with it surrounding mathematics and mathematics teaching in the country and how citizens view mathematics. And a lot of this is something that the Department of Mathematics, through the mathematics, wants to kind of remedy in part, right, by exposing the students and allowing them to develop that passion from now.
And
confidence, and so that they want to go on themselves and become mathematicians or, professionals who have mathematical competencies. Because the truth is, mathematics is every aspect of our lives, implicitly or explicitly, whether we realize it or not. And so we want our citizens to be just patently aware that the people having a conversation, having an argument, how you solve that, how you logically approach a situation and come up with the best result. Mathematics, we call it a beautiful result.
Wonderful. Well, we want to thank you for the work that you have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And how was today?
Today was fantastic. It was a beauty to behold. We would have engaged about 1,200 students here.
What?
Yes, at the primary level from all across the island. As a matter of fact, someone just finished a few months ago because we traveled from Montego Bay, Colonel, the primary, and their bus put down, and they made it. So we accommodated them, give them some extra time and so on to finish their exams because we were students that really wanted to complete this task. So we had myriads of schools here today. Like I said, it was a sight to behold to see those youngsters here, passionate mathematics, and about 1,200 of them today would have competed in the final round.
Well done.
Yeah.
We're going to give you the rest of the day off after all that.
No problem. All right. So we appreciate it, and we're going to do our award ceremony on April 15th.
Do you have a website?
Yes, we do. You can always go to Faculty of Science and Technology website and click on the Department of Mathematics, and information is there about the mathematics.
Okay. Good.
And we also welcome you guys to come and visit us when we do our award ceremony that Monday, April 15th.
Sit here for now. Let's see. So we still have Professor Michael Taylor to speak with. Thank you, Ajani Osaru.
You're welcome.
And all the very best to you. Take care. So let's have our next guest, Professor on the phone. Oh, let's say the back in a moment. It's 3:46 on hour 106.
This Easter, get your son to Easter buns from Jack Master.
Yes, sir. You're next in line for your blessing. I am fine. Thanks. Good to see you.
have to pay and adjust. Yes, quickly adjust to all changes. Indeed, indeed. I'm really going to talk to you about the boost. It's not the boost. ST. Wellington Dental, 57 Wellington Street, Right. Which is another program. Okay. This one is to address the deficiency of STEM teachers in the classroom.
This broadcast for both sides of the story from the RJ Greener Communications Group Cross-Country Division at the UWI Mona campus is brought to you by national sponsors Deluxe Foods, Sunshine Snacks, Guardian General Insurance Jamaica Limited, Honeybug, Master Distribution Limited, H&L Agro and H&L Rack True Value, Info Jamaica Limited, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, Partners Heart and Health, the Caribbean School of Medical Sciences Jamaica, Vibe Hub, powered by J. West India Media, regional sponsors Old McDonald and the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Let's go, studio. It's the middle of Holy Week 2024. Story, Power 6 FM. We're delighted to be spending the afternoon here on the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies, all a part of the RGR Gleaner Communications Group cross-country invasion. And it's time for Region 4, right? I'm getting it right? Region 4? Where are they? Yes, Region 4. And so we just spoke with Ajani Asaru, co-coordinator of the Jamaican Math Olympiad. And we have with us Professor Michael Taylor, Dean of the Faculty of Science and Technology. And I gather he is going to be talking with us about the BOOST program. Good afternoon to you. How are you?
Afternoon, and thank you very much for having me. I am not doing bad. How are you?
I am fine.
Great, great. Well, if I could just follow on.
No problem. I mean, a while ago I had to put 2 and 2 together.
Absolutely. So you just spoke to Ajani about the Math Olympiad, which is one of the signature programs of the Faculty of Science and Technology, trying to get the attention and they grab youngsters to teach in math.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the problems that we're having in our country and in our high schools is the lack of STEM teachers, including math. And I think you every time we come around to the beginning of a school year, there's a scramble to find STEM teachers and good quality STEM teachers. And another program that we have instituted in the Faculty of Science and Technology is the BOOST program. Right. So it's both us and the Faculty of Humanities and Education at UA. And it is the most innovative back-end scholarship scheme you will ever hear about. So let me explain how it goes. To graduate university, if you have done science and education, a science degree, education and science, if you have that science background, you apply for this scholarship. So now when you come in, or you are leaving, if you're accepted to the BOOST program, what you do is commit to teach at high school, and especially underserved high school for 1 year. At the end of the year, we give you back 1 year of your tuition, university tuition, just for teaching for that year. And we can only do this because we have very generous sponsors. Primary one, the National Baking Company Foundation, who sponsor this program to the tune of $1 million US. So you teach 1 year and you get your regular teacher salary, but then you get back 1 year of your university's tuition. If you want to teach a second year, you get back the second year. And you can be in the program for 3 years. After 3 years, you will have gotten back all the money you spent on getting your degree. So it's a back-end scholarship to the student loan. So within 3 years, you can pay off your student loan. And in the last twist, we're really happy for our Student Loan Bureau is part of our partnership. They give concession loan rates if you have a BOOST program. So you're paying at a reduced rate. One other key part, thanks to our sponsors, all that year, we want you to do good jobs. We don't want you to just hold on, hold the spot.
And so our partners have come on board and said, listen, if they do a good job, the Jamaican Teaching Council is here, they help us, they mentor them. The Ministry of Education is a partner. They use the Ministry of Education's review system, and they review the students at the end of the year, the principals, and if they do a good job, they can earn an incentive, a bonus, up to $500,000 for student loan within 3 years, if you are willing to give back 3 years in the classroom. But also, you impact those lives of those students you are teaching. But we're also giving you a little bit of a head start in life as well. So if it's only 3 years you're going to spend in the classroom, that's fine. You have done 3 years. So why today especially that we just had, every year we have an annual event to bring all the Boost Fellows together. We just had the Boost Fellows event this year. And if you hear the impact these graduates are having in the classroom, so they're not just there working for their incentive, they are there changing students' lives. They are being voted teacher of the semester. They are leading clubs. They are becoming coaches of basketball teams, all while teaching STEM. And if you hear the results, doubling the pass rate in biology at the CSEC level in this particular school, or increasing by 10%, it's the most innovative program you will ever have that meets all of those needs. Benefit for the student, benefit for the schools, give the students a boost, give STEM education a boost.
Any hope of applying anything similar to what you now do in as far as other subject areas are concerned?
Well, we do it for STEM, but in truth, we are piloting a model we think has tremendous potential. Because in truth, we tackle STEM because we are the Faculty of Science and Technology, and there's a need for STEM teachers. But you could apply the program in any field. If we have a need for nurses, if we have a need for data technicians, and as I'm talking, I have to pay tribute to some of our sponsors. National Commercial Bank came on board and said, okay, we like the model. We will fund those fellows to teach IT, because clearly IT, data science is becoming, big data, data analytics is becoming a need. And so we need to train youngsters in those. So they have recognized the need for IT, and they have come on board in that way. But you could, you can apply to any area of priority. And it's just simply saying, it also engenders this spirit of volunteering, because it's saying, after you finish your degree, go and give back for a little time. And in it, you will boost to the system, but you will also get a boost out of it.
And my impression is that, everybody wins.
Everybody wins in the program. And so our aim, we are running it as a pilot in its 3rd year now. And our aim is that if we can get this on a consistent basis, it's a wonderful example of academia, government, private sector partnership. When you do the range of partners who have come in, I left up, Giselle has come in with CMS to give equipment to the school. So the teachers go into a school, they go in with science equipment donated by Digicel in collaboration with CMS, so they're not just going in, they're going in to meet a need, so they go in equipped. And then of course, Michael is also a partner. We're sending them out from having with a science degree. They might not have taught before, so we keep them for the summer before they go out. And Michael has helped us design a special program with the Faculty of Humanities and Education for that summer, which brings them up to speed to try to go into the classroom. Can't replace a degree, but so it's a fantastic collaboration, an example of what that model of collaboration should look like to transform education.
And how, again, the data, to what extent have you sought to analyze and to...
We're collecting the data. So as I say, we are at the 3-year part. So in fact, we're at the first cohort actually leaving. But you are not obligated to come. So after this, in the first cohort, After the first year, two of them got their tuition, got their incentives, and they decided they were going to move on. And that's fine. But we have retained about 70% of that initial cohort to year three, and some of them, about 50%, have decided they're going to stay in education. This was not their first choice. They probably started an avenue to pay off a student loan, but they have themselves been transformed and see the contribution they're making in the schools. And they have said, we will stay around for a little while longer. And we're collecting the data. So we're collecting the pass rates and we're collecting the numbers. We know we have impacted close to 16,000 students now over the 3 years with each new cohort coming in. We know that it's 33 schools that have boost fellows across 8 parishes in Jamaica. So we're collecting the data, but we are even being surprised by what the data is showing us. The kind of impact the program is having. It's beyond what we had ever imagined.
What is your capacity to go beyond where you are?
Listen, we are open to any kind of capacity. We want to be able to meet the STEM teacher need in Jamaica. So there's no limit to what. And the program isn't only limited to UA students, as I said. Michael is a key partner, and their students are in. We have had UTech students in the program. It's once you are willing to go back and give a year in the classroom, we think this is how you get your scholarship. You get that the back end.
Very quickly.
Very quickly. Very, very quickly. Very, very quickly.
Well. The same website would be where
yes
we could go.
And in fact, applications are now open. So we are looking for the next cohort of Boost Fellows. All you have to have done a science degree, be doing it. Could be science and education and science. You apply through the website to become a Boost Fellow, but you have to be finishing. We only give a scholarship when you are finishing your degree.
Because by then, we can pretty much tell a story.
You can tell the story. And we heard some fantastic stories at our event today. Including from principals, about how the Boost Fellows are making a difference.
Hold a moment. Let's just take this break and come back.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The team by Wellington Dental is...
For it, are you a homeowner looking to make some upgrades to your space? A business owner in need of durable and cost-effective construction solutions? Or an Airbnb host looking to make your guests more comfortable? Spring Construction has got you covered. Or expand the high-standing products out of solutions for building, insulated and decorating your space at a cost-effective and
female ratio.
It's not so bad. It's a little more female, but we have a number of men, and they're really making a tremendous contribution. Yeah. Let me tell you the best part of the story I heard today. It was a young lady from actuarial side, so decided to want to teach Spanish now. And she gave her, she didn't have to, she had an actuarial science degree. She talked about the life transformed, but the best part, she said, 2.5 years in, I paid off that student. But she's also getting a great fulfillment, and she's taking her incentive and just signed it to a master's. Because she has the money to do it as well. Taking those, giving them a boost, giving them a head.
Communications with Boston Convention at the UWI Lona campus. Brought to you by national sponsors Village Foods, Sunshine Snacks, Guardian General Insurance Jamaica Limited, Amiga, Master Distribution Limited, H&L Agro and H&L Rapid True Value, Inter Jamaica Limited, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, Partners Art and Health, the Carbon School of Medical Sciences Jamaica, Pride Hub, powered by J-Works Interactive Media, regional sponsors Old MacDonald Farms and the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Let's go, studio. Professor Michael Taylor has been sharing with us some of the developments with respect to the Boost program, which apparently is creating waves, has been creating waves, and providing opportunities for those who are looking to continue to grow their knowledge, their know-how, etc. And in this instance, where it's in the classroom.
In the classroom.
Right. So for emphasis, I'm going to ask you just to share that with us in summary, in terms of how the program works.
Sure. Let me do it this way. As I said, we were coming out of a program, an event today celebrating our Boost Fellows.
Mm-hmm.
Let me share the story of one of the Boost Fellows, which she shared. So she has an actuarial science degree, but she decided to join the Boost program.
That's like the top of the pops.
Oh, actuarial. She decided to join the Boost program in her final year and go and teach math at really one of our underserved high schools. She's at the end of her third year, come to the end of her third year in the Boost program. Not only has she given the school a boost, not only has she inspired the students there, of course, increased the pass rate. One of the most amazing things alone in 2.5 years. And I am using my incentive to start a master's program. So it's a boost for the students as well, you know. So we met the math need in that school. We have boosted the pass rates, and we have boosted the student in my head start in life. And then she added, and I'm still young. So, you know, but it's really a unique program, one which we hope to scale up, looking for many, many more partners, because we think we can meet the STEM teacher need, you know, and we hope to be involved. Every teacher's college graduate who decides, you know, there's no limit once we have the partnership.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you keep striving.
We will.
And keep soaring.
Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about the program.
It's been a pleasure.
You have a great afternoon.
You too. Take care. And primarily sharing with us details of the Boost program. All right, so guest, and that is Dr. Lloyd George, Senior Lecturer, Mathematics Education, Program Coordinator. Yeah, I said maths, right? Maths Education.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello, Dr. Lloyd George. How are you?
I am doing well today. It's been a good day.
Indeed. You're looking as if you're coming from one of those, call them, one of those shows on the runways of Italy and so on and so forth.
You're very good for my ego.
No, you have it, man. The style and the flair.
Thank you so much.
Yes, good.
Appreciate it.
Likewise.
How are you though this afternoon?
I am fine, thanks.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks for asking.
You're welcome.
Yes.
And good to have you all with us and doing this initiative.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here. Right now, so where did your interest in mathematics come from?
That's an interesting question. I think I had some really good teachers along the way, and they just made my interest in math. In fact, I had dual interest in chemistry and math, and I had to make a decision decades ago which direction I was going to take, and I decided just math because I wanted to be. I'm an asset to the region, and I studied in Jamaica, but I knew I was going back to the Eastern Caribbean, and I felt that I could make a difference there. Yes.
And what was the initial reaction like for you?
It has been positive. It has been a good journey. Obviously, highs and lows. Overall, I think it has been such a wonderful experience. So I think I just consider it to be a positive.
I do think so many of us to this day are still afraid of mathematics.
I'm glad that you bring that up because while we're here to discuss written numbers in everyday life, another thing I study is math anxiety and math fear. And what I have realized is that so many people have had negative experiences with teachers, And the parents who have had bad experiences, they say to their children, I was never good at math. This is hard, etc. And because a lot of kids, they don't have a very positive experience. They are learning, they are doing things wrong, they are being told off, they are being punished, and sometimes in very brutal ways. That just all these just compound to the student having a really bad experience.
Are you able to encourage any youngster to get it, as in mathematics?
Well, yes. Well, my niece and my nephew are two of my, I can say, I've been able to raise them, and one did statistics. Both got, distinctions in math. Even as a principal, because I was a principal back in Dominica, in the Eastern Caribbean, most of my students were low achieving students. And to get them to the point of getting a 3 in math, which is the minimum pass mark, was such an achievement. And we were able to do that with a lot of hands-on work, talking frankly about the fear and about the trauma, because sometimes we pretend that people don't hate this thing. And, we just keep on teaching and engaging them as if, oh, this is great, but it's not great. And I think as we continue to have conversations, one of the mantras that I have is changing mindsets and conversations as it relates to mathematics. And that's one of the conversations I want us to continue to have, and mindsets in terms of we can do this, we can have positive experiences, and we can be successful. Yes.
And not just in one particular area, but in several
Indeed,
other areas.
Indeed. It sounds like a pie in the sky type of thing, and somebody may say, oh, well, she has a PhD in this, so it comes easy to her. But no, it's not a pie in the sky thing at all. And you talked about, what about solutions? This is a very difficult and complex thing to solve. Let's be real about it. There are no easy answers. And I think it's a multifaceted approach that needs to be taken. And that's why I've backed on this project at the early childhood level with parents and teachers and university partnering to see how from the foundational level we can actually begin to see that change in conversations and mindsets.
It'll be like a real life study, research.
Indeed.
What has that been like?
It has been, for me, a hallmark of the work that I do, because, when you're a researcher, you collect data and you are, looking at things, but this is grassroots. It's a collaboration between two universities, one in the UK, University of Southampton and University of the West Indies. And we looked at the situation in terms of, we both have challenges where math achievement is concerned. And as I have looked at the situation, I thought, and I've been thinking, where does the problem start? Where's the genesis? Because we have to work at upper levels, at the secondary level, at the primary level, but is that where it starts? And therefore, we got together, my colleague started the project in the UK, and we have come along and joined them, where we are doing a written numbers in everyday life project. So it is trying to get kids, because math is supposed to be real world, true?
Yes.
That's what they say, not true? But in reality, people are wondering real world where. So a real example of this is that I'm looking around me and I see a number 9 on the number plate. Okay. And the little ones, early childhood kids, 3 to 5, they're engaged in number spotting activities with their parents, not just identifying the numbers, but saying, where are the numbers seen? So it's on a license plate. I'm looking around, I'm seeing other numbers, but not just the context of the number, but what does it mean in that context? So we are starting to have conversations about what real numbers mean to little ones and their parents, changing conversations, right? Didn't I say that? Yes. And we are not just leaving it with the parents, because the homeschool partnership is really important. So we are having the teachers follow up the activities that the parents are doing at home with classroom-based activities. So we are trying to build a synergy.
How's it going?
So far, so good. We are doing a pilot with 3 schools, and we're hoping to scale up in September and going forward, because we just wanted to see the materials that we are using. They are theoretically driven, theoretically based. But yes, we can say that as researchers, but how do the people actually respond to it? We have Jamaica House Basic School. I'd initially approached them to just do 30 students. They said, Dr. George, we're doing it whole school, 100 and something kids and parents. They said to me, this is important enough. We think it can be a game changer, and we want the whole school involved. I visited another school, a National Water Commission basic school, and the PTA said to me, because I visited the PTA, 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, they have PTA meetings under a tree. Lovely, lovely. And the PTA said to me, Doc, why is only the 4-year-olds that get a chance? I said, because of the resources, we don't have enough for everybody. So we are starting with one group. But there was such a buy-in, and people saying, we know numbers are around. We do sight reading with literacy, but why don't we do this with numbers and numeracy? So, so far, so good. We are collecting data at the end of May, questionnaires, and we are interviewing the teachers to see what their experiences have been and what impact it's had, etc. And we hope to have some, interesting, and for us, it's a learning experience as researchers. It's not about just doing our thing and just forcing things down. We want to learn and grow and amend the program of activities as needed.
Absolutely. This must be very exciting for you.
Can't you tell?
Hold it right there. We need to take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now 4:15. Importers, the Jamaica Customs Agency is revolutionizing your clearance experience. Our contactless clearance process becomes mandatory on April 2, 2024. This process will facilitate the clearance of all non-commercial purchases with a CIS value of $5,000 being inspected by customs about 2 present. You're encouraged to make your
No, man, that's all right. That's all right.
Mr. Malcolm, excuse me.
Sorry.
So they're going to call someone to talk to you about the application process. Your producer will be calling someone for marketing recruitment officer, registrar, acting assistant registrar for. Let me write that down, because I thought he would have sent it to you. Let me write it down. I think I wrote it in. It was an operator, and he was talking about the application process. In worried, assistant registrar, undergraduate recruitment. Undergraduate recruitment. For you? Yes, for you. So that's it. So have yes. He's a person, so his name is Murray. Acting assistant registrar under recruitment, and he will be speaking about our current season.
That's why I appreciate, what you are doing.
So some clothes, briefing. That's a long time, right?
So for the next week, we have an agency.
We may want to talk about
The thing is, we have a launch May 2nd, so it's good if it's, around that time.
choice.
You get back to the photos.
Person in high school and this demonstration there. Why?
Yeah, I work on that.
Anything along that line.
The only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the auto world.
Then got to find a few days ago, so it's time for the other
In the
parts.
lesson of international automotive sector. From
What I do want to just is if there are schools listening, principals listening, and in the second cycle, you can get in touch with
Wednesdays at 5 p.m. on Power
the project.
and the
Because we are recruiting schools for the second cycle of the project. What's the name of the project again? Written numbers in everyday life.
This broadcast of both sides of the story from the RJ Green Communications Group cross-country invasion at the UWI Mona campus is brought to you by national sponsors Delect Foods, Sunshine Stats, Guardian General Insurance Jamaica Limited, Cuba, Massey Distribution Limited, H&L Agro and H&L Rapid True Value, Inca Jamaica Limited, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, Partners Art and Health, the Caribbean School of Medical Sciences Jamaica, Clyde Hub, powered by J-Works Interactive Media, regional sponsors Old Dog Farms and the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Our children.
The parents and teachers.
Let's go, studio. It's the middle of Holy Week 2024, and we're continuing with this afternoon's special edition of both sides of the story, Horror 106 FM, part of the RGR Dina Communications Group cross country. And we see some feedback coming in. Patrick Howell says mathematics is the greatest subject, and conquering it, you can reach into any field in life. I'm an engineer, and after completing 14 years in bauxite, I went into teaching maths and physics. Thank you for sharing with us, Patrick. Let's go now to our next interviewee, and this is going to be Odane Murray, Acting Assistant Registrar, Undergraduate Recruitment. Odane Murray, good afternoon to you. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I am fine, thanks. And it's good to talk with you. And we're keen to find out how things are with respect to your undergraduate recruitment exercise. But put it right there for a moment, please. I'll come back to the question in a moment. But didn't want to leave our guest in the sun. Although she was enjoying it. And so we want to thank Dr. Lloyd George, for her time and patience.
Thank you so much.
So I'll give you an opportunity to, in your own way, put a cap on it. We do have listeners and viewers who are sharing their experiences as well. So that's encouraging.
Definitely. And as we just heard, mathematics is the foundation of everything. And it is so important that we can get it right. More people can really lay hold on it and do well on it. So we are going into the second cycle of the project very soon, September to January. And if there are any principals listening of early childhood institutions, 3 to 5 year olds, their parents and teachers who might be interested in this project, they can get in touch with us at the School of Education Louisville. We'd be happy to have a conversation with how they can be involved and how the parents and the team can really take on this project, and perhaps we may be able to see some good outcomes.
Definitely something to look forward to. Thank you very much for your work.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
Likewise, have a good afternoon.
You too.
All right, bye.
Take care, Dr. Loy George, Senior Lecturer, Mathematics Education Program Coordinator. And we're going to bring into the O'Dane Murray, Acting Assistant Registrar, Undergraduate Recruitment. And we did say hi. We did say hi earlier on. Dane, is there? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm still here. I'm still here.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for joining us. So I wanted to find out from you how things were going in the field of undergraduate recruitment.
Okay. Thank you. So, good afternoon from the entire family. Undergraduate recruitment is specifically telling our project, these high school students, these anybody mature prospects that the youth owner is the thing for you to do your undergrad. So it is that the youth owner, and within the faculty, there are 300 undergraduate teaching programs. And so persons are interested in medical sciences, social sciences, science and technology. We have all the faculty of sports. We have humanities and education. We heard on them earlier, right? We have an Institute of Gender and Development Studies. For sure, we have the social sciences. So in all these faculties, engineering, we have undergraduate teaching programs, accredited teaching programs. And what I always tell students as we go into high school, consider three things when you consider college. What is the cost, right? That's the first thing. And I want to say, of the 300, about 90% of our programs right now, the tuition is about $230, right? Is the program accredited? And of course, the programs that you are accredited, it means they are accepted globally. We're not just talking about Jamaica or the Caribbean, but globally. And finally, third, what else other than that degree can you take? And I'm here to tell them that outside of your degree, you have many programs for self-development, out of classroom learning development. And so we want to say, consider the union or application closed March 31, and this one March 31. If you're considering to apply, definitely get the application before March 31.
The message is clear. I'm sure they can, yeah, you said get online. What's that website again?
Right. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Right. So that's www.mona.uwi.edu/apply. And I'm going to go again. www.mona.uwi.edu/apply. And there's a video right there. There's a tutorial teaching you or telling you how to apply and understand that for most of us, if you're a Caribbean student, the listening and parents, you don't need a transcript. The things you need your birth certificate, you need your certificate and your change certificate. And if they have those certified by your school, not a state, by your school, that those are some of the main documents you need when applying, all online. Go to your portal, create your portal, and they'll ask you for the particular documents you need based on what you applied for.
Well, we want to thank you very much for sharing that information. Most timely. There's something about this time of year, right? When it comes on to matriculation.
Right. I think a lot of the students now are they're really concerned colleges. They're looking to complete their CAPE or EDT. And so I think now is the right time to tell them, think of the next step being higher education, think of joining us at the #1 institution in the English-speaking Caribbean, and do something great, get a degree.
That's right, because there's only one way up, right? Up.
Definitely.
Yes. Well, congratulations on the role that you have been playing and the other members of the team here on the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies. It's been a pleasure, and we look forward to reconnecting, perhaps at the next big event, whenever that will be, or maybe just a little event. But anyway, we look forward to more involvement, a greater level of involvement in so many areas. And oh, this is one of our. Oh, I thought that's what you said. I was wondering. No, this is Dr. Sonia Stanley Nair, Senior Lecturer, Cultural Studies and Deputy Dean, Marketing and Research Mobilization, Faculty of Humanities and Education. Good afternoon to you, Dr. Stanley Nair. How are you?
I am very well. It is wonderful to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to talk with you. And I hear there is some kind of a connection. I must ask you about connection having to do with the Bob Marley One Love filming in Jamaica.
Yes, that's some exciting things to share.
Yes, please.
Of course, you know the Bob Marley, the One Love Bob Marley movie has premiered in Jamaica. It's open to the world. Its success is very well known now. Paramount Pictures made their money back, and the film is still doing well all over the globe and still showing in Jamaica, obviously. So they contacted the University of the West Indies, wanting as a company not just to be making money from a movie, but to actually get into the conversation about careers in entertainment. And of course, you know, the Institute of Current Studies, where I'm based, in the Faculty of Humanities and Education, and there are other departments, CARIMAC, the Department of Literature and English. We have programs in film studies, in entertainment and cultural enterprise management, cultural and creative industries, all of which are, you know, they constitute training grounds for those who are interested in, for example, careers in entertainment. And so Paramount Pictures, they have organized, along with the UWI, a higher discussion. They're flying in execs from Paramount, vice presidents, persons who are going to be talking about the creative side, the physical production, casting, visual effects. So we want students, of course, from the University of the West Indies, tertiary institutions all around, but more important, public. If you have a child, for example, who has been displaying all kinds of creative juices and wanting to get into the entertainment industry, which we now know is a formidable, $1 trillion industry globally. We now have this kind of exchange, very industry-facing panel of experts to talk about getting into a career in entertainment, and particularly, I mean, linked to the making of the movie One Love.
Right. So what? Yes. So what can we expect going forward with this new development?
One of the things that is very important to understand is that people generally have not traditionally seen the university as an industry facing. And I think, you know, perhaps the Monash School of Business, when we talk about management studies, that's where people would look. But generally speaking now, the university is competing in a global context. And many of our programs are now absolutely interfacing with industry. And you will know, Dervan, that the industry-facing programs cut across a wide cross-section. They are not just in the social sciences, but the humanities. And the humanities in particular now, employers out there are seeing that humanities graduates are in fact very versatile, very well-rounded, and are desirable in the marketplace and the workplace. So we want to attract students who are adventurous, who are looking to step beyond the very traditional boxes of employment. Some who even want to create their own jobs. So for example, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, no one called a social media manager existed. And so we want those students who see themselves as creators,
as innovators, as pioneers, to come out and to be a part of this panel discussion. There's going to be a networking session.
Hold
at
on,
the end.
don't move. Tell us some more in just a moment. We're up on a break. Back in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:33 on Power 106.
Tune in every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. for your
Oh, yes.
Dana Walker Huntington.
So were you on set?
Sides of the story
On
with
set?
Dervan Malcolm
What do you mean?
on
Just
Power
checking,
106
yes.
FM.
My husband
It's
was
your
one
source of
the
information
consultants
regarding U.S. immigration matters. Come by the Power 106 FM's pioneer after broadcasting.
into
All
the
in
world
your
of
U.S. immigration
All
concerns
right.
concerns.
But I-
876-922-1125 or send a text or WhatsApp
Is that
message.
good?
876
Back to me? Just
Yeah,
right.
we didn't want to.
Get the answers you need for your U.S. immigration question.
Right.
That's Northern Reporter with Dana Walker Huntington. Thursdays at 3:30 p.m. during both sides of the story with Malcolm on Power 106.
Oh, it's wide open. No. Okay. That's good. We can emphasize that information.
This broadcast from both sides of the story from the Argentina Communications Group Cross-Country Division at the UWI Mona campus is brought to you by national sponsors Select Foods, Sunshine Snacks, Guardian General Insurance Jamaica Limited, Honeywell, Master Distribution Limited, H&L Agro, H&L Rapid True Value, Inca Jamaica Limited, Recycling Partners of Jamaica, Partners Art and Health,
Why not?
American School of Medical Sciences Jamaica, Fiber, powered by J-Works Rapid Media, regional sponsors Old McDonald Farm, and Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Let's go, student. 25 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here on the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies. Good afternoon to you if you're just going by and visiting, passing through. Welcome to the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies. And we are delighted to be in the midst of Dr. Sonia N. Stanley Nair, Senior Lecturer, Cultural Studies and Deputy Dean, Marketing and Resource Mobilization, Faculty of Humanities and Education. A wonderful lady.
Thank you. Mutual admiration.
Thank you so much for all you've shared with us. But before we let you go, I wanted to get further details on the event coming up.
So Bob Marley, One Love, Filming in Jamaica and Building a Career in Entertainment, a panel discussion organized by Paramount Pictures and the UWI will take place on April 2. It's going to be in the Neville Hall Lecture Theatre. We want our students from the UWI, from tertiary institutions, anybody who is interested in a career in entertainment, this event is for you and the public is invited.
Okay. Succinct. Thank you very much.
You are most welcome. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. But seriously, we could go on all afternoon. The setting is quite something.
And the poets are in bloom.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Yes. The students are now thinking, yes, it's time to study.
I was looking forward to the positioning of the broadcast area where the poets would be in full bloom. Well, they're in full bloom, but I was expecting that to be our backdrop. And then Ludlow, Barker, our engineer, decides to change that. But anyway, we're not going to.
But you're surrounded by them, and they are such beauties.
Quite so, quite so. All right, so it's just for the record and for emphasis once again. The date,
April 2. We're going to be having a panel discussion, including executives from Paramount. They're flying from Los Angeles, looking at the creative side of the development of that film, the physical production, the casting, the visual effects, all areas of that filmmaking process, the making of the movie. They're going to be with us, Brian O., Matthew Ferrante, who is one of their vice presidents, Trisha Wood, Clayton Lyons, all of these coming in
to have a conversation with us right here on the UWI Mona campus on April 2 in the Neville Hall Lecture Theatre. Come on out.
Looking forward to that. Impressive. Nice. And there are programs within your faculty?
Completely. So we are in the business of entertainment. This panel discussion is going to be focusing on building a career in entertainment, and so it implicates the students who are in entertainment and cultural enterprise management, for example, in the Institute of Caribbean Studies, students who are engaged in film studies, whether in CARIMAC, Caribbean School of Media and Communication, or the Department of Literature and English. And there are programs, whether it is looking at cultural and creative industries, like that which we have in the Institute of Caribbean Studies, or music and performance studies. All of these programs littered across the Faculty of Humanities and Education, they have defined us as the home of creative enterprise. And of course, if you look globally, we can talk about the orange economy. Some people talk about the sort of gig economy, and the ways in which these economies, the night economy, these are the kinds of things that a lot of people around the world are now looking at their careers developing every day in these very sectors. And one of the things we must do in Jamaica is create more opportunities, obviously, for film. And I'm happy to know that we have appointed a film commissioner at JAMPRO. Congratulations to Jacqueline Jackson, who is there, and that they have launched a $1 billion film fund, making available funds to make short films, to develop film projects. And that, of course, many of our students, very cell phones we use, these are the roots of creativity now, because anybody with a cell phone, many movies we are watching, in fact, whether short films or otherwise, are made on a simple cell phone. So there's so much power that we have in the technology that has democratized the ways in which we can be individually creative. And so whether it is film, and even the context of a film, you have someone who is scoring the film, developing the music list for that film. You have people who are, into getting the cast and production aspects. There are all kinds of, and of course, there are people who are studying books that have been made into films. So there's a literary component. There are a variety of components when we talk about film studies. So it's not just about film production, but that the analysis of films, the criticism around films, all of that becomes important and can be studied right here at the University of the West Indies, competing in a global context with any other university in this field.
Well, let's not distract you any further. Get on with it.
Thank you. But this is the business of education.
Indeed.
And I am very firmly invested in that business of education.
Keep going.
Thank you so much.
All the best. Listeners, that's Dr. Sonia N. Stanley Nair, Senior Lecturer, Cultural Studies and Deputy Dean, Marketing and Resource Mobilization, Faculty of Humanities and Education, here on the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies. Thank you. All the best. Both sides story, Horror 106 FM. Streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4125, 876-922-4125. The text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, you can call us WhatsApp as well, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. As we continue this special edition of Both Sides of the Story, part of the RGR Gleaner Communications Group Cross Country. And we're grateful for the opportunity to spend the afternoon at Mona, learning a lot, a whole heap, and grateful for the work that continues to be done here on the Moore campus of the University of the West Indies. So you heard as well, coming on the 2nd of April, Mali, one of filming in Jamaica and building a career in entertainment. Sure you don't want to miss that? Just as how you didn't want to miss the movie itself. Well, you won't want to miss this panel discussion. Bob Marley, One Love Film in Jamaica, building a career in entertainment. 2nd of April, right here. And leading up to the event will remind you of the upcoming panel. In the meantime, we continue with more on your program, both sides of the story, Poro 106 FM, streaming live the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Carol Boyth says, good afternoon, Dervan, guests and global listeners. Good afternoon.